Good morning everyone. Welcome to your literature class. Today we will start the unit 3, Voyage of Time and chapter Abraham Lincoln. This is very interesting chapter as it will tell you about the life and struggle of Abraham Lincoln and what kind of contributions he made for his country. Who was Abraham Lincoln? Abraham Lincoln was the 16th President of America. He was elected as the President of America in March 4, 1861. He fought against the act of slavery that was in practice when he became the President of United States of America. But before explaining these points, I will show you the text. Maybe some of you are having the textbooks or some of you are not having. So I will read the chapter for you from the text and then I will explain the chapter in the flow chart of the value points that I have written for you on the board. So first I am showing you the book. Now you can see the text. First of all I am going to read the introductory box for you. Abraham Lincoln, the great leader who fought against the heinous act of slavery. Heinous means terrible. Abraham Lincoln, who was considered the great leader of United States of America, he fought against the terrible act of slavery. Wishes. It was his wish that his son becomes a good human being. That his son must become a good human being. For this purpose, he entrusts his son's teacher with the responsibility. Means he gave his son's teacher the responsibility to impart. To impart means to deliver or to give life's lessons to his son so as to give him an insight. Insight means an accurate understanding to lead life as a better person. Means he wanted that whatever education would be imparted to him by his teachers, that must help him to become a better person in his life. So from this chapter we will get to know more about Abraham Lincoln. Now see the text. Abraham Lincoln, February 12, 1809. This is the birth date. April 15, 1865. This is his death period. Death date. Abraham Lincoln was born on 12 February 1809. He was the 16th President of United States of America. He served as President from March 4, 1861 until April 1865. 1861 he was elected and 1865 this was the time period when he served for his country. But in 1864 he was re-elected. Right? Abraham Lincoln was born in a log cabin near Hodgenville, Kentucky. Hodgenville is the name of the place where he was born. He had very formal schooling and was mostly self-educated. He eventually became a lawyer and a Republican politician. Now you can see here his schooling was very formal and gradually he became a lawyer by profession. After then he joined Republican Party and became Republican politician. He earned the nickname Honest Abe. Lincoln married Todd in 1842. Earned the nickname. Earned means he achieved the title of Honest Abe. Why he achieved? Because he was very much popular among the citizens of his country for his honesty. And the citizens of his country nicknamed him as Honest Abe. Right? Lincoln married Mary Todd in 1842. They had 4 sons but only one, Robert, survived childhood. He was married to Mary Todd. This is the name of his wife. In 1842 he was married with her. He was blessed with 4 sons but unfortunately only one survived and his name was Robert. The country was having problems regarding the practice of slavery. The white men owned large farms in southern states. When he was elected as the president of the country, that time slavery was in practice in United States of America. And white men owned large farms in southern states. You can see here, white men owned large farms in southern states. And black were brought from Africa to work on these farms. Southern states were belonging to white people who were having large farms and black men were brought from Africa to work on these farms. They were kept as slaves. Means white people were keeping black people as slaves. So this was slavery. The people of southern states were against the practice of slavery and they wanted to abolish it. People of northern states were against. Why northern states were against? Because northern states were belonging to black people and black people were kept as slaves by the white people, right? Southern states, white people, northern states, black people. They wanted to abolish it. Abolish means to end it. The Constitution of America is based on the equality of man. But the Constitution of America was totally based on the equality of man. There was no white man or black were in the opinion or in the consideration of the Constitution. That's why this was totally based on the equality of man. Therefore, there was no place for slavery in the country. Lincoln was elected president in November 1860. He wanted to solve the problem of slavery. When he was elected as the president, he wanted to solve the problem of slavery. This was his priority. During Lincoln's presidency, the southern states seceded. Seceded means withdrew or they left the Union Party because they were against the abolition of slavery. Why they were against the abolition? Because they were keeping the black people as slaves. On the other hand, Lincoln and the northern states were against the slavery. On the other hand, Lincoln, who was the president, and northern state people, those who were kept as slaves there, they were against slavery. They did not want that slavery should be in the country. 6 weeks later, becoming president, the Civil War began, and this led the country to suffer from civil war. This put the unity of the country in danger. In this war, the northern states which stayed in union fought the southern states, called the Confederacy. Because there was a contradiction of opinions between these two states, that's why the southern states and northern states are fighting with each other. Why? Because one state was against the abolition and second was in the favor of abolition. But Abraham Lincoln wanted the states to be united. Abraham Lincoln, who was the president of the country, he did not want that his country should be separated on the basis of slavery. That's why he did whatever sincere efforts he could made for his country to make the country united, right? How did the civil war put the unity of the country in danger? This is the question that is given here in the box. The text that we have read here, it is the answer of this question. Fine. Now you can see on the board some points I have written for you on the board that will make you to understand the chapter in an easy way. Abraham Lincoln, who was the 16th President of America, he was elected as the President on March 1861. He fought against the heinous act of slavery. He was born on February 12, 1809 in a log cabin near Hodgenville, Kentucky. Some of the important words I have written on the board for you, like voyage, a long journey, heinous act. In this point you can see I have written he fought against the heinous act. Heinous means terrible. Heinous act of slavery. He was born on 12 February 1809 in a log cabin. Log cabin means a small room of wood. He was having very formal education or he was having very formal schooling, but by profession eventually he became a lawyer. And then he joined Republican Party and became a Republican politician. He was very honest, and for his honesty he was very much popular among the citizens of his country, and he was nicknamed by the citizens of his country as Honest A. He was married to Mary Todd and was gifted with 4 sons, but unfortunately out of them only one survived, and his name was Robert. For him only he wrote a letter to his teacher so that whatever education would be imparted to him, that will help him or must help him to become a good citizen or a good person of the country. He wanted to abolish slavery that was in practice in northern states. How? Northern states were belonging to the black people who were kept as the slaves by the white people. Where white people were living? They were living in the southern states. Northern states were against the abolition and southern states were in favor of. They wanted slavery and they did not want slavery, right? That's why they were against each other, and this put the unity of the country in danger, and that led to the civil war. See the next lines. The Civil War lasted from 1861 until 1865. In this question, we read that how the Civil War put the unity of the country in danger. Civil War, when it was started? It was started in 1861 and it lasted until 1865. Abraham Lincoln faced many problems during this war. He wanted to preserve the unity of the country. He wanted to save the unity of the country. This was the main motto of his protest. Finally, a civil war broke out between the northern and southern states. He fought the war bravely and declared, "A nation cannot exist half free and half slave." He declared that if any country is half free, it means half of the states are given the opportunities to progress, but half are kept as slaves. That country cannot progress. He won the war and kept the country united. On January 1, 1863, Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation. Emancipation means releasing. Proclamation means order. Means releasing order. He issued a releasing order on January 1, 1863, which eventually declared that all the slaves of United States of America would be set free. Then onwards, there would be no slaves in the country. During the Civil War, Lincoln gave many speeches, including the Gettysburg Address, which he delivered in November 1863. Gettysburg Address is just given under it. We will do this in the next class. It was a short speech in which he stated how a country must be dedicated to human freedom in order to survive. It was dedicated to human freedom only, and he delivered this speech to motivate the soldiers of the country who sacrificed their life to make the country free. Lincoln was re-elected president in 1864, defeating Democrat George B. McClellan. He was not against anybody and wanted everybody to live in peace. His protest was not against any person, it was against slavery. He made sincere efforts to heal the wounds of the people caused by the war. Whatever injuries the people were getting in the war, he was in their service to heal them up to heal them up. In 1862, Lincoln declared that from then onwards all slaves would be free. This made the president very popular among the people. Whatever sincere efforts he made, that efforts made him popular among the citizens of his country. General Robert E. Lee from the Confederacy surrendered to General Ulysses S. Grant from the Union on April 9, 1865, effectively ending the Civil War. Ultimately, the Civil War ended on April 9, 1865. President Lincoln was shot dead on April 14, 1865 by John Wilkes Booth, who was an actor at Ford's Theatre. This was the death place where he was shot dead by John Wilkes Booth, who was by profession an actor. What he was doing there at that theatre? Actually, he was watching a play, right? Lincoln died the next morning. He was the first US president ever assassinated. Assassinated means murdered. He was the first president who was ever murdered. So now you can see on the board some points I have written for you on the board to make this text easy to understand. Now see on the board the value points that I have written for you. Civil War that started in 1861 and lasted until 1865. He made sincere efforts to heal the wounds of the people of the war. He issued an Emancipation Proclamation. Emancipation, that is releasing, to set someone free. Proclamation, that is an order. It means in 1863 he issued an order in which it was declared that every slave of that country should be set free. There would be no slaves in the country. He defeated General Robert E. Lee from the Confederacy. Confederacy means from the Union. He was in the Union and he defeated him and won the vote of the people or the opinion of the people and ultimately won the Civil War. He delivered many speeches and Gettysburg Address is the main speech that we will read in this chapter also. He was shot dead at Ford's Theatre when he was watching the play of an English actor. He was shot dead on April 14, 1865. So this was from your text Read the chapter very carefully, and in the next video we will read Gettysburg Address and his letter that he wrote to his teachers, to his son's teacher. Till then, goodbye and take care.